All right, now it's time for the part that we've all been waiting for, and that is actually putting the plants on the rock. I know it's been a long time getting here. So I'm going to assume at this point you have your plants that you want to use and you know where on the rock that you're going to put them. So now it's time to figure out how we're going to attach them to the rock. This is how. You can get live sphagnum moss online, or you can use dried sphagnum moss that you can get at just about any pet store. It's usually over like in the reptile stuff. The other things you're going to need is a chopstick. This right here is like one of the most important tools that I have for this whole process. My plants that I have actually came off of other rocks. I've got a couple other rocks that were getting a little overcrowded, and then this guy just like appeared out of nowhere the other day. I don't even know what kind it is, but we're going to stick him on here and hope that he lives. Depending on the condition of your plant, you may have to do some picking in order to get to the roots. Let me see if I can prop my phone up here. Oh no, I dropped it. Now my sticky plant is covered in dog hair. Fuck my life. Anyway, depending on your plant when you get it in, and if you're mail ordering these, you probably won't have this problem, but ones that you grow can sometimes grow down. Like, okay, so this is the top of the plant. You see how it kind of goes down here, and sometimes it can cover the roots and it can really make it hard. So here's where we're going to make baby plants. We're going to take these little pieces that are in the way, and we're just going to put them in our hand here. Whoops, dropped one. Until we have a flat enough bottom to actually work with. And don't worry about taking off too much. Like, these things are incredibly resilient. Like, this guy will bounce back in just a few days. So I've pulled off all of these, and we're going to talk about what we're going to do with those later. Had to add some more water back in. So when we left this to sit and wick, I realized that the water comes up to about here. The top of this stays largely dry, so I don't want to plant anything up here because it's going to be a pain in the ass to get it to root. But the back of this, boy, this puppy sucks up water like crazy. So, you know, this is one of those unfortunate times that I already made the rock. You know, if I had known that by doing a wick test ahead of time instead of waiting till the last minute, I would have known that this was a better side to plant on. But that's okay. We're going to roll with it. Okay, I'm going to do a little adjustment here, and we're going to get ready to start sticking some plants on. Now, I could not do that with one hand. So what I did was I found a good crack. This is something that looks like it will hold, and there's a lot of trial and error here. I found a good crack, and I put my plant in there, and I just stuffed a little moss in it. Now, this looks very, very precarious, and it is. But in a couple of days, it will not be. So, got our first plant placed, just right there. And I'm just going to take this chopstick. Oh, and what I did was I took a little ball of sphagnum moss and just kind of stuck it in there. Now, if you need to, and I'm going to show you, oh, no, I lost a leaf. I'm going to show you how to do that. Ooh, man, this plant is rough. This plant had some issues because I had to kind of mangle another one to get it apart. But yeah, it looks like duty right now. But anyway, we're going to go get some fishing line, and I'm going to show you another trick. Fishing line. I have very, very loosely made a loop here. Don't worry about what it looks like. We're going to take it off in a few days. But this is just barely supporting the ball of moss here and holding it onto the rock. And we're going to do the same thing back here with the plant that I'm going to put back here. All right, that one was a pain in the ass because that was the one that was curling down. All right, I got this guy attached. I got this guy attached. I have room right here, moss. And I have a tiny little piece of a laxifolia that fell off of another rock the other day. So I'm going to try to put this tiny thing right here. Okay, I don't even know how I got that to stick, but I did. There's moss using the fishing line and got the little guy in there. I have a couple of little pieces. God, look at dog hair. Oh my God. Got a couple of little pieces that fell off, so we're just going to put those in our leaf pile. We're coming back to those. All right, so this one looks pretty manky, and it's got like no roots on it, but we're not going to give up on him. We're just going to put him somewhere that we don't have to tie him on, where he has like an easy start in life. This little divot right here looks like a good place. No fishing line here. I just kind of put it in the divot and stuck the moss in. Yeah, it's at a funky angle, but again, a couple days, you're going to see a little bit of a difference here. So I've actually got some really good real estate left here. So what I'm going to do is show you how to make baby pings. And that's what we're going to use this empty space for. All right, so now we got all of those little leaf parts that we pulled off of the other plant, and we're just going to put them all over the rock. All over the rock. As long as this rock stays moist, it will keep water on all of these guys. And at the very tip of each one of these, we will sprout some babies. So we're just going to leave them here, and we're going to make more babies. Now put them on every little bit of available real estate that I know is going to stay damp. And if we're very, very lucky, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, we'll see baby plants starting all over the rock. So there's a good chance that this rock is going to get completely covered with some time. Then the very last part that we're going to work on is what to put in this empty space here. I've never done a big bowl with live sphagnum moss as the ground cover, so that's actually what I'm going to use. Just push it down so it makes contact with the substrate. And again, with time, and with these guys, they're really not going to start to look good for a few months. Probably make contact with the substrate down here. And that's it. We are planted. It doesn't look real impressive right now, I know. Now these guys are all in varying stages of completion. This one is the newest. This is the second newest, and this is the oldest. Actually, no, I take that back. I think this one is newer than, I don't know. Anyway, at this stage, everything is starting to take root, and they're starting to put on new growth. Ooh, new growth here. It looks really good. Look at that baby. You see that baby plant? That's a baby plant. Baby gonna grow there. And on this one, I took utricularias. They are bladderworts, and I put some down here. So all of these little pieces are going to fill out eventually. This rock is a little older. This one, the utricularias are already starting to spread around. Got little pockets of them here and there. These guys have taken root and are starting to form to the top of the rock. The sphagnum is turning green. We've got lots of root development on here. This one is also fairly new. I think this one is only a couple of weeks. Ugh, God, dog hair. People who keep carnivorous plants and have huskies, how do you do it? Anyway, this one's a little younger, so it's just starting to get some green where the algae is, and these plants are starting to take hold, and the moss is growing. This is another one that is a little older and is starting to grow. You can see that this guy had some problems when I first put him on the rock, but if you look down in there, the new growth looks really good. All of this looks great. So I'm not going to worry about this outside stuff. It's going to work itself out. Down here, I used another utricularia. This one likes more peat moss. So that's my ground cover there. This is just a bowl. There's no rock in here. This is just stratum and pings in it. Now for other plant selections, if your bowl is deep enough, you can put a sundew. Like these guys are damn near bulletproof. It's really hard to kill them. This bowl has a little spatulata in there. And like I said, I'm going to do a separate series on how to do just like single rocks, really easy ones in little dessert cups. These are super easy. We're just going to do that as another part. And I already did a video on how to grow your own live sphagnum moss. So check that out if you feel like it. So there we go. That is our completed rock. And we're going to put this under a grow light. And we're going to come back in like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And we're going to see how it's going. In the meantime, I'm going to make some more videos on how to maintain these, how to deconstruct these, and other things that are involved with it that might be handy, while we're waiting for this to grow in.